And you know, I'm from Connecticut. So I was just like, wow, awesome.
Yeah.
I love
I
this.
have a lot of Connecticut storytelling friends.
Oh,
It's really nice.
just love these guys.
Some of us are kind and thoughtful and caring, and we like chocolate too. So I wrote her a chocolate story, and since it's almost Valentine's Day, I'd like to share this one with you. You want louder? They'll work on that, and I'll try to keep the microphone in my face. So, yes, for Valentine's Day, here's my chocolate man. Once there were two brothers, and they were as different as apples and elephants. And when they grew up, they were more different still. Now, the first brother, the older brother, he was really good at planning, and I got nothing against planning, but this guy planned things to death. And almost everything he planned to do had to do with him making a lot of money. So he made a lot of money, but he didn't have much fun. And the second brother, the younger brother, he was really good at sharing. He would have been really good here. Yeah, some people, mostly his older brother, said that he shared more than he had, but he only shared what was his, so that couldn't be true, right? And while he didn't make much money, he had lots of fun. And his old lady said to him that he would read aloud to her on lazy Sunday afternoons and by a fire on a cold winter's night, that he'd wrap his arms around her, even in public sometimes. Left her alone sometimes too. He did it all. He listened, he spoke, he read, he wrote, he thought, he felt, he smiled, he loved, he was. And one day when he was leaving his lady friend alone for a little while, somebody else did some sharing, and he ended up with a 10-pound chunk of chocolate. And as it was a warm day, he slipped that chocolate up under his hat and headed for home. Now, there wouldn't be a story if something didn't happen. But what happened? It was kind of hard to believe. You know, he's walking along, he sees this big old boulder. You don't have a lot of them out here, but where I come from, there's a lot. And this is a really big old boulder that cast a big shadow, and he was thinking as he's walking by in the hot sun that maybe if he rested in the shade of that big old boulder, it would cool off a little bit. So he did. He sat down in the shade of that big old boulder and fell asleep. Well, the sun moved. He didn't. Hat didn't move, but the chocolate did. It melted down his face, down the back of his neck. It melted down and down till he was covered from head to toe in chocolate. Think he woke up then? Nope. Well, the sun went down and the moon came up, and that warm day turned into a cold night. Chocolate hardened up. And there he was, sitting like a big old chocolate Santa Claus. Oh, you like that, huh? Think he woke up? No. Well, it got really late, and suddenly the boulder cracks open, and out comes a family of goblins. And those little goblin kids excited to see a chocolate man sitting right out there in front of their front door. That goblin mama, she says, "No chocolate till after supper!" So they picked him up, carried him inside. Well, he went off to find some supper. A good thing for that boy. The goblin house was warm, and the chocolate softened up, and pretty soon he could run on home. Yeah, wasn't his lady friend happy to see him? Not just because she loved him, but she got to eat all that chocolate off him. And that was when they found the golden coins. Whole bunch of them stuck to his... Well, must have happened when they put him down in that goblin house. But anyway, now he did have some money. And when the first brother, the older brother, heard about the chocolate and the goblins and the gold, yeah, you know, he started planning. And since this had to do with him making lots of money, he put it right into effect. Went downtown, bought himself a 10-pound chunk of chocolate, slipped it up under his hat, headed off for home. When he got to that boulder, he sat down in the shade of that big old boulder, and he didn't move. The sun moved. He didn't move. Hat didn't move, but the chocolate did. Melted down his face, down the back of his neck, and melted down and down till he's sitting there, covered from head to toe in chocolate. And then the sun went down and the moon came up, and that warm day turned into a cold night. Chocolate hardened up. Now he's sitting there just like his brother was. Big old chocolate Santa Claus. It got really late. And the boulder cracked open, and out came that family of goblins. And weren't those little goblin kids excited to see another chocolate man sitting out in front of their front door? And this time the goblin mama, she says, "We ain't letting this one get away." Think he moved then? Nope. Chocolate's too hard. He's scared stiff. And the first thing they did, bite off his head. Well, the second brother, the younger brother, he lived happily ever after. And his old lady said to him that he would read aloud to her on lazy Sunday afternoons and by a fire on a cold winter's night. That he'd wrap his arms around her, even in public sometimes. Left her alone sometimes too. He did it all. He listened, he spoke, he read, he wrote, he thought, he felt, he loved, he smiled, he was. And once in a while, he brought his lady home some chocolate. The Chocolate Man by Papa Joe. Hey, thank you very much.
Woo!
We got a lot more stories coming up, so and a lot more songs too. You guys have a great night.
You know, these guys do all original music.
Of the track, I searched, I found strength within myself. I stand tall, I don't crawl. So many people tried to put me down.
Remember that sweet ride I told you about? That Ford truck, that antique, beautiful, vintage truck. I gotta show you. Pretty damn cool. Hang on. She's back. So here we go. Here's this most adorable front end. I love it. Look at that face. So sweet. And that's flapping around. So I'm gonna stay over here. But there she is. I know, this video is a little bit all over, but I think this is the end of it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate it. If you'd like to contribute to the journey, all the links are below. And what does it mean to contribute to the journey? It means you can go to Instagram and buy a painting, which helps keep me fed, gassed up, and moving forward to paint all 50 states. Or you can, if you don't want a painting, but you still want to contribute because you want to support an artist, you can do that through Patreon, PayPal, or Ko-Fi, Venmo. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Gonna throw up the image of this latest finished painting for you. Take care. Bye-bye.